Hey guys, today is 29 July 2024 and we're going to solve the problem of the day, which is count the number of teams. So we're given n soldiers standing in a line and each soldier is assigned a unique rating value. We have to form a team of three soldiers under the following rules that the three soldiers should have index I, J and K and the ratings of them should be in strictly increasing order. And we want to return the number of teams which can be formed in the given conditions. And one soldier can be part of multiple teams. So, if you look at this example here, how can we know that how many teams can be formed? So, one of the solution is a three-pointer approach, which we basically apply three for loops and we check all the possible triplets inside of these array and check if this condition, if they are strictly increasing, implies or not. If it does not apply for a, if it does apply for a particular triplet, we increment our answer by one and we count the such unique triplets. So this can be done in n cube time complexity, but that will probably not be accepted. So we have to improve it. So how can we do it in n square? So one of the insights which you require to solve this is uh, if we consider each person as the assume that if this person was the middle of a team. So let's say he was a middle of a team. So in how many teams can be he middle of? We have to find that. So since he is first in our array, he certainly cannot be. So we'll go on to the next person. We'll check for five. How many teams can he five be the middle of? So two, five, and there's nothing greater than five, so he cannot be the middle of any team because the kth person should his rating should be greater than five, which is not possible here. So we'll move on. We'll move on here. And for this person, if we check 2 is lesser than 3, so we have 2, 3, and we have to just find an element greater than 3, which is 4. We found one team, 2, 3, 4, where this can be middle of. So we can say that we can increment our answer by 1. So if we are storing our answer here, we'll make the answer 1. Then we'll go on to our next person. Then for 4, can he be middle of a team? So let's check. 2, 4, 1, 5, 4, 1, 3, 4, 1. No, none of them are strictly increasing, so he cannot be a part of a team. Sorry, a middle of a team. Then for last member, yeah, of course, he's a corner person, so he cannot be in the middle of any team. So we have answer 1 here. So for if you analyze this algorithm, it was only n square, since for each person we checked the people on the left and the people on the right of him, which is basically we checked n minus 1 positions. So for n people, for each of them we check n minus 1 position, so it's n into n minus 1, which is basically n square time complexity. But if you if you have noticed that this is not exactly the problem. The problem was also that the teams can be in strictly decreasing order. So there's not too much to worry about here. What you can do is you can again go about this array, and this time we will check, instead of looking for less element on the right and greater element on the less element on the left and greater element on the right, we'll check for greater element on the left and lesser element on the right. So for 3, it will be 5 is greater than element on the left and 1 is the lesser element on the right. So we found 5, 3 and 1 is a possible team, and we'll increment our answer. Similarly, the last team which you will find here will be uh, with the 4 as a middle, and it will be 5, 4 and 1, which is strictly decreasing. So we'll our total answer will be 3. So I hope you understand this solution and it will be better understandable with the code. So I'll start with the code. Okay. So if we look at a problem, we want to consider each one as the middle. First I'll initialize an answer. Then I'll say for int mid is equal to 0, I less than rating dot size and I plus plus. Then if this is the if we consider this as the middle person, how will we expand a, let's say, a window? How will we expand it? So we'll have a pointer. Basically, we will need, I guess, two pointers. So first we'll start with pointer one, which will be placed on mid. So we'll first look at the left half. So while pointer one is greater than zero, or pointer one minus minus, actually I'll do minus here, is greater than zero, what we can check is if our rating of pointer one is less than, so we'll look at this condition. So left half should be less, so less than the rating of mid. Then we'll say we'll need to store this somewhere. So I'll make the variables, and okay, for each mid it will be different. Sorry. So I'll make the variables here. Int left smaller is equal to 0, and int right greater is equal to 0. So in the left half, if rating of that pointer is smaller, then we'll increment our left smaller plus plus. Then similarly we can do for the right half, which is pointer 2 is equal to mid, and yeah, sorry, I should have declared it here, but for better understanding, pointer 2, then right greater is 0, while pointer 2 plus plus is less than rating dot size. I'll say pointer, yeah, dot size. Then if the rating of pointer 2 is strictly greater than rating of mid, we have found a team, but we'll just increment the right greater plus plus. Now, how many teams can be formed? It's basically, if we look at this example, considering 3 as the middle, I'll try to explain it in this way. If there was one more person here and his number was 0, rating was 0, then for 3 there can be two teams in which he can be middle in strictly increasing order, which is 2 3 4 and 0 2 oh sorry, 2 3 4 and 0 3 4. So if you want to find the number of teams he can be middle of, we just multiply the right greater by left smaller. So left smaller are two people, so it is 2, left smaller is 2, and right greater is 4. So we found, oh, sorry, right greater is 1. So we found 2 into 1, which is two teams in which he can be the middle of. So we'll make answer plus equal to our left smaller into right greater. Okay, and we return the answer. But this is not the complete solution as we didn't consider this scenario. So, sorry, this was made. Pointer to pointer to greater than rating. Hmm. Heap buffer overflow. But I have made on this and pointer to is plus plus. Okay. Sheesh. Pointer to plus plus less than. I have to make it plus plus pointer to. Yeah. So we're getting an answer as 1 because we didn't consider this scenario. So if you want to consider this scenario, it's pretty easy. We just find the it's a reverse case, right? So we just found left smaller and right greater. So reverse case would be to find the left greater and right smaller, which is basically in else we can write, because if it is not, since all values are unique, if the rating is not greater, then it should be smaller. So we'll increment the right smaller here, and we'll increment the left greater here. And then finally we have to add that to our answer, which can be done like left greater and to right smaller. And that should be it. Yeah, as you can see here, it's beat 74%, so it's pretty efficient. Yeah, that was it. Thank you.